Hello everyone, welcome, thank you for being here. We're going to be starting shortly. So today we have another session of chess. Okay, so we continue to work in learning about the game. We're going to also have a fun tournament in which I think I might end up playing in it as well. So I hope that you enjoy it. So we're going to be starting in about 3 minutes. So I just decided to open the live and just welcome all of you that are reaching on time. And we should be starting shortly. Okay. Now, guys, those who are in the chat, I'm not seeing much people at the moment. Only seeing about 5. Let me know if you could hear me properly. I believe you could. And we're going to be starting in a little bit. Question, how did you do in the last tournament? And did you play any chess during the week? On the weekend, during last week, did you play any chess? I'm okay. DDS Ulagam, okay, interesting YouTube name. Hello everyone, Ultraflame23, welcome Ultraflame. And how did the last tournament go for you? How did you do in it? Did you win a couple of games? Did you have a hard and difficult tournament? How was it? Welcome everyone, thank you. I'm glad to see that you all are joining. We're expecting more people to be joining shortly, so let's see how that goes. And then we're going to be starting. I'm planning to start on time at 6:30. Those who are here will benefit from the very, very beginning, and those who reach late will just have to watch the video afterwards. Remember that the videos after the class, I leave them on the channel for about 2 weeks. Okay, so if you miss a video, you could always go back and check on the videos. I always leave them there for about a week or two, and you should be able to see previous streams if you were not able to attend the class. Okay. Okay, let me just see what y'all are saying. So I'm reading here that okay, Marsha Victor said that won a couple of games, so that's not bad. Okay, the last tournament you joined was 2 months ago. Well, I hope that you enjoyed today's tournament. Okay, today's tournament promised to be a very interesting one. So I hope that you enjoy it and have a lot of fun in it. Okay, so let's see how that goes. 13 people. I'm planning to start on time. So it is 6:30, almost time to start. So let's see how that goes. Today we're going to be talking about check. What is check? What is checkmate? Okay, and a little bit about the king. We're going to solve a couple of one-move checkmate, and hopefully we will have time to analyze 1, 2, maybe 3 of your games from last week. That is the plan for today. In chess is very important to understand and know the basics. All right, so step by step we learn. And notice that if you want to learn more, you could always check my channel. I have some videos on my channel that could help you to improve your game. Okay, so let's see how that goes. I will also talk about the opening, which is the first stage of the game, and what we're supposed to do in the opening. So with all that being said, let's go to this position here. And today, first thing that I'm going to look at is check. So what is check when we are playing chess? Check just means that the king is in danger. So it's very, very simple. In this position, it's white to play, and white, by lining up one of his pieces with the black king, white could check the king. For example, if I put this bishop here, this bishop will be in line with the king, and that is called check. For example, bishop to h5, and that means that this king is in check, and therefore this king will have to move away from the check Black cannot remain on that square. The bishop could also go to f3 to c6, sorry, to c6, and from c6 the bishop could also check the black king. So bishop c6 will be checked, bishop h5 will also be checked, and with these moves the white bishop could check the king. Now, since checking the king means lining up one of your pieces with the enemy king, can you tell me where can you put this rook to check the black king? Can someone tell me what square can the rook go to check the king? Let me see if anyone knows that move. It's supposed to be very easy for you. Okay, so someone says rook e1, someone says rook g8. Very good. So let's check each one of them. So rook e1, I line up the rook exactly in front of the king, and that is check. The king is in danger. Also, if I move the rook all the way to g8, the rook is attacking the king is in danger, and the king will have to move. All right. Now that we finish with the rook and with the bishop, let's talk about the queen. So the queen has a whole bunch of places where the queen could check the king. But actually here has only 3 places that the queen could check the king. What are those 3 places that the queen could use to check this king? Let me see if anyone has one. Looking at the queen now, where can we put our queen to check the black king? Okay, someone say queen e5, and yes, if you go queen e5, you will be attacking the king, and that is check. Very good. Where else besides e5 can the queen go to check the king? Queen e2, very good. If you move queen to e2, the queen will also be attacking the king, and that will also be checked. So e5 and e2 are correct. And where else? We're missing one other square where the queen could go to check the king. Let me see who will get this one. Okay, Kevin Christopher says h8, and h8 is correct. Moving the queen all the way to the h8 square, the queen from here will be attacking the king, and that will be check. Now that we practice with the queen, the rook, and the bishop, let's look at the knight. Where can we put this knight to check this king? There are 2 squares that the knight could go to check the king. Let's see if anyone has that. Remember, just doing a very light revision. For some of you, this will be extremely easy. So you could participate if this is easy for you and help the others that may be learning still about this. Knight to c7, very good. Notice that the knight needs to move in L shape. So the knight move 1, 2, and then makes a turn right here. And from here, the knight is attacking the king. So the king is in check. If we move my knight to c7, the king is in check. Where else can I move my knight to check the king? Marsha say knight to d6. So knight d6, very good. And from d6, the knight is checking the king. So that will actually be very, very good. Now, very good. Let's talk now about checkmate. So checkmate is when the king is in check and has nowhere to go. Notice, guys, that if we're going to win a game, we need to either checkmate the king. We need to either win on illegal moves, but that will not happen in an online games because illegal moves are not permitted in online games. However, when you are playing against someone, illegal moves are very much a thing. For example, I will continue with this position. Let's say in this position, white plays bishop here, check, all right? And it is black's turn to play, and black plays king here. Okay, if black plays that in a game over the board, white cannot take the king. So remember, you cannot just, oh, look, the king is in front of my bishop. Let me capture the king with my bishop. No, you cannot capture a king. So in that case, if the king goes to that square f7, what you have to do, if you have to say illegal moves, so you raise your hand and you say illegal moves, illegal move number 1. If a person plays 2 illegal moves, they will lose the game. So you pay attention to illegal moves during games over the board. However, if you are playing online, illegal moves are not permitted. The system will not allow you to play an illegal move, and for that reason, online you are totally safe from illegal moves. Okay. Now, checkmate is when you check the king and the king has nowhere to go. So in this case, I will put this king here, I will put a rook here, and this queen here, and I will put this king over here. Notice what is going on here. Let's take a look at this position. It is white to play and win checkmate in one move. White to play and win checkmate in one move. Who can find the checkmate in one move here? Let me say who can find it. White to play checkmate in one move. Oh, very good. So it says queen to c5, and that is a very good move, excellent move, and that is the checkmate. Notice the rooks are covering the 4th and the 6th rank. The king could move a little bit here and here, so that is where the king could go to. Okay, and white just needs to get control of the 5th rank, and with queen to c5, that will be checkmate, and game is over. So checkmate is when you check the king and your opponent has nowhere to go, so that ends up being checkmate. All right, so and you win the game. All right, now in chess we have another one called stalemate. So stalemate is when you do not checkmate the king and the game ends up in a draw. Maybe that has happened to you many times, that you are about to win, you have a whole bunch of pieces, and then you make a move, and instead of winning, you end up stalemating the king to the point that the king cannot go or move anywhere at all. So now, what will be, for example, a little example of stalemate? So let's say stalemate is when the king cannot move, and there is nothing on the board that could move, and then the game ends up in a draw because the king cannot move. For example, it is white to play and white plays queen to c7. This is a very bad move because after queen to c7, this king cannot move, you see? And if the king cannot move, then that means it's a draw, it is a stalemate. Now, some people get confused with this. This is stalemate because the king cannot move and nothing else could move, all right? If black in this position had something like a pawn, let's give black a pawn here. If black has a pawn here, this is not stalemate. The king cannot move, just fine. The king cannot move, no problem. But this is not a stalemate or a draw or anything like that, because black has a pawn that he could move. So black will just have to push his pawn and the game will continue. Even white could just bring the king, pawn push, bring the queen, the king, pawn push, bring the king, pawn push, and then checkmate. So just to say that in this position, the game was won and black couldn't do much about it because it's not stalemate. The king couldn't move, but he had a pawn that he could move. And this is something that we have to understand, because sometimes when people are playing chess, they want to claim a draw. They have a whole bunch of pieces, knights, bishop, and then because the king cannot move, they say it's a draw. Not only that, some people want to win with stalemate. For example, if in this position, this pawn is not here, and as I said before, white to play, and white plays a move like this. Okay. White to play. And white plays a move like this one here. You cannot, if you are playing with the white pieces, you cannot say, oh, I won the game because my opponent cannot move. My opponent cannot move, so I won. No, no, no. To win, you have to checkmate the opponent. And that's the key word. The key word is checkmate. It is checkmate, all right? Guys, please pay attention to the chat. Do not write the wrong thing on the chat. Be very careful what you write on the chat, okay? Because YouTube will block you and then you will not be able to write anything again. Also, if you continue to write on the chat things that you don't supposed to write, then what I will do, I will just block the chat and no one will be able to write on the chat. That will not be very cool for you. It will be actually boring because you will not be able to participate as I want you to participate. So make sure and be very respectful in the chat, and that goes for everyone, okay? Remember, behave properly. Remember that you are representing not only your school when you are in the class, but you are also representing your parents, okay? So you are representing your parents, and a lot of you are using your parents' phones and your parents' accounts and tablets and computers. So I don't want you to write the wrong thing because it will look like if it is not you writing it, but your parent, because you are using their device. So be very careful with what you write on the chat. Remember to be kind on the chat, okay? Some people know how to play chess very good. Some people just learn how to move the pieces. And remember, every master was once a beginner. So we have to understand that. And as a point of time, I was a beginner and I used to lose all of my game. Every single game that I used to play when I was a beginner, I was losing all of them. Okay, so some people are now beginners and they are going to lose a lot of games because they are a beginner. So if you are a beginner, you just have to be like, when you win one game, you are happy. You draw a game, you are happy. You know what I mean? And if you lose some games, what you have to do is you have to try to learn from them. Okay, now let's continue. And what we're going to be doing now, I will be going to lead chess and we're going to be solving some one move checkmate. Okay, so in this position, it is, let's solve 5 one move checkmate. So we're going to solve 5 puzzles. All right, so in this position, it is black to play and black has checkmate in one move. Can you find the checkmate for black in just one move? Let's see. Who can find the checkmate for black in one move? Let me see who got this one. Rook g8. Brilliant. Okay, so rook g8. The rook attacks the king with a check. And there are these pawns here. Notice this pawn cover the square, so the king has nowhere to go. You have to always understand what is going on with the board. So let me help you with that. Remember that black starts by number 8. Okay, black starts by number 8. So you could always look at number 8 and you have to see black starts from number 8. And therefore his pawns are going that way. White starts by number 1. Therefore his pawns are coming this way. So always look at the numbers to see whether on which side of the board you are seeing it from. If you are seeing it from black's point of view, you will have a number 8. If you are seeing it from white point of view, you will have a number 1. Okay, so now rook g8. This is checkmate because the rook attacks the king and the king cannot move forward. So that is very good. Now, let's go to this one here. Okay, on this one here, it is white to play. Okay, white to play checkmate in one move. If you figure out this one, you are actually very good. If you find this one, you are a good chess player. Let me see who can find this one. White to play checkmate in one move. Someone says queen e7, but is queen e7 checkmate? Look at it again and ask yourself if queen e7 is checkmate. Queen takes knight, is that checkmate? Or can the king move somewhere to escape? That's the big question. Is queen takes knight checkmate, or can the king move away and escape? If the king could move away and escape, then it's not checkmate. White to play checkmate in one move. Queen takes c8 is checkmate. Queen takes knight is not checkmate. Queen takes rook is checkmate. Very, very interesting. How come queen takes rook is checkmate and queen takes knight is not checkmate? Well, let's see. If you play queen takes knight, the king could move to the side and escape. So therefore will not be checkmate. However, if you play queen takes rook, queen takes c8, queen takes rook, the knight cannot capture because this bishop is here, pinning the knight to the king. Therefore, the knight will not be able to take the queen. This is checkmate because the queen is attacking the king, but the knight cannot take the queen because this bishop is pinning the knight to the king. How cool is that? All right, so now that is exercise number 2. I don't know how many you have solved, and notice, even if you didn't have time to write the move on the chat quickly, but you know to yourself that you solve it, that is very good, because the idea is not actually if you could write it on the chat on time, that is great, but the idea is that you get the knowledge that you solve it on your own and you could tell yourself, yes, I solved this puzzle, I know the answer, so that is very good. Let's go to puzzle number 3. Wow, this bishop just took something here. However, it is white to play and win checkmate in one move. What can white play to win checkmate in one move? White to play checkmate in one move. Who has it? White to play checkmate in one move. Who has it? Someone says rook g7 is the move. Notice if we're talking about notation, we have to say rook. And the letter for rook is R. So you could just say R, capital R, g7. And that is it. Notice this knight is very good. It covers this square. It covers also this square. So we could put the rook on g7 and that will be checkmate. Why is this checkmate? Well, the king cannot go here, cannot take the rook, cannot move here, and cannot move here. So the knight is protecting the rook, and the knight is also covering that square over there. So the king literally has nowhere to go. So rook g7 is checkmate, and that was our puzzle number 3. Let's go to puzzle number 4. It is in this position, white to play and win checkmate in one move. Who can find it? White to play and win checkmate in one move. Who can find the checkmate in one move? Rook d8. Very good. It looks again confusing like the other one. So I will give you a clue, guys, to solve one move checkmate. And this clue will help you to solve any and every one move checkmate that they could bring to you. It could be the most difficult one move checkmate in the world, but if you can use this method, definitely you will be able to solve it. Notice I'm talking about one move checkmate. Now, depending on the exercise, you may need to take longer to solve it. For example, in this, when you are solving one move checkmate, notice it's a one move checkmate. Meaning, if you look at all the checks, one of those checks is going to be the winning check. One of those checks will be checkmate. In this position, how many checks white has? White has a whole bunch of checks here. 1, 2, 3, 4 checks that I could see. White has here 4 possible checks. So all you have to do is start looking at them and see which one of them works. If I play knight here, check, this is not going to be checkmate in one move because this pawn could take. So it is not that one. If I play bishop takes knight here, check, this is not going to be one move checkmate because this knight could come back, take the bishop, and it will not be checkmate. So that is 2 that do not work. If I play knight here, check, this bishop could just move forward and capture the knight, and that will not be checkmate. Remember, we're looking for checkmate in one move. But if I play rook to d8, this is checkmate. But let's see, why is this checkmate? First of all, the king cannot take the rook because the rook is protected by this bishop. But what about this knight? This knight cannot take the rook because it is pinned by this bishop. If the knight were to take the rook, it will leave the king unprotected. So therefore, the knight cannot take the rook, and this is checkmate. And that was exercise number 4, I believe. Yeah, exercise number 4. Let's go to exercise number 5, the last one for today. Look at this position. White to play checkmate in one move. This might be the easiest of all. Who has it? Who has this one? White to play checkmate in one move. Someone says g6. Be careful. Be careful. g6 is not checkmate in one move. If you play g6, I could play king here. I could take the pawn. I could play king back. Remember, it needs to be checkmate in one move. If the king could move, then it will not be checkmate. So pawn to g6 does not work. Queen takes h6, checkmate. Checkmate. Notice, guys, if you push this pawn, then the king could just move to the side. And there will be no checkmate. So always pay attention if the king could move and escape. If the king could move and escape, then it will not be checkmate. Now, let's take a look, now that we finished with this, okay, let's take a look at the tournament. Let's see how the tournament is looking. Okay, so we have 23 people in the tournament. This is actually quite good. 23 players in the tournament. We have a good bit of players here in the tournament. It looks like the tournament is going to be a lot of fun today. So let's see how that goes. For those who do not have the link for the tournament, let me just share it with you here. I hope that all of you have a Lichess account. Hopefully you do. If you don't have a Lichess account, well, this is the link to join the tournament. So click on that link and you will be able to join the tournament. Okay, I want everyone to participate, as much people as possible to participate in the tournament. And now it is an important time in the class today. Why is this an important time? Because I want to talk about concepts. Now, in chess, to play a good chess game, you need to follow some concepts, to have a plan. So your plan is supposed to be controlling the center, developing your pieces, and castle. I wonder if I should change the color of this board. Square and pieces. Maybe I could use something a different color, like this blue. Oh, this blue doesn't look all that great. The table need to be maybe this color. Yeah, we could use a little blue. Let's change the color to blue. All right, now some people might enjoy this color a little bit better. Next time we will try another one. Now listen to these guys. So now let's have a plan when we play a chess game. What we're supposed to do? First of all, guys, we want to control the center. Don't forget to control the center. So always, if you are playing white, start with the move pawn to e4. The pawn in front of your king, move it 2 squares forward. If you are playing black, use the pawn in front of your king and move it 2 squares forward as well. This allows your bishops to come out quickly during a game. Okay. Afterwards, you want to bring out your knight. So knight to f3, black plays knight to c6, defending the pawn that this knight was attacking. Very important. And then we bring out our bishop. Bishop to c4. Black brings the bishop to c5. Okay, so notice we control the center. We bring out a knight. We bring out a bishop. Now it is time to continue bringing out pieces. So we bring out the next knight. Black also brings out the next knight. And notice here, very important, guys, very important, especially for the beginners. You need to play with pieces, okay? You need to play with pieces. Stop just, pushing pawns, pushing pawns, pushing pawns. We need to play with the chess pieces, the knights, the bishops. And here we're supposed to castle. So I grab the king. If you are playing online, you grab your king. You move it 2 squares towards the rook. You let it go if you are playing online. And the rook will just go automatically next to the king. Okay, immediately the rook will go next to the king. That is called castle. Then here we need to bring out our bishop. So we make room for the bishop to come out. Make room for the bishop to come out. Bring out the bishop. Bring out the bishop. Okay, and you have your 2 bishops out. Now some people might be wondering, Coach, what do I do from here? Because sometimes I reach here and I do not know what to do. Well, from here, guys, you should just start sending your pieces forward. Send that knight forward to attack this knight that is putting pressure with this pin here. So that should be kind of like your idea. And if you are playing black here, you should take that knight with your bishop. Remember, do not capture with the knight, because then this bishop will take your queen. You will lose your queen if you capture with the knight, but you have to capture with the bishop. And after bishop takes, leave that bishop alone. Do not go and take that bishop, because you will lose your queen. Remember, once a bishop is here on g5, attacking your knight, it is a pin against your queen. So be very careful. Also, you shouldn't rush to just move the queen. Let's say after a move like this, you shouldn't rush to move the queen away. Oh, let me just move the queen away so I can move the knight. No, because your opponent will take the knight, you will take with pawn, and then your king is not looking all that great. There's a big open file in front of your king, and you don't want your king to be weak. Okay, so that is very important for you to remember. So remember, control the center, bring out your knights, bring out your bishop, bring out the next knight, castle, and then also bring out the next bishop. So it is not really difficult, all right? You just have to remember that you have to do that in the opening. Control the center, bring out a knight, bring out a bishop, bring out the next knight, castle, bring out the next bishop. Guys, if you do that, you will see a lot of improvement during your game. What else should I pay attention to during a game? Pay attention to your opponent's moves. But I will look at that when I go to your game. So let's go to analyze some of your games. So I'm going here. Oh, 37 people in the tournament and 46 people in the live. Who is in the live that is not in the tournament yet? Come on, guys. Let's go. Let's go. I will share the link for the tournament once more. I'll put the link for the tournament in the chat. Don't forget to click and join the tournament. All right. If you are a visitor, you could join the tournament. If you are part of the school class, you could join the tournament. If you are just passing by, you could join the tournament. The tournament is for everyone that want to participate to come and play in the tournament. Welcome to play in the tournament. Now, what I want to do now, I want to go and check the previous tournament. So last time we had a tournament, and these were the top 10 in the tournament. I played in the tournament, I won. Second place was Luc Gillette, which is a former junior champion of Trinidad and Tobago. Pedro Gonzalez was playing as well. And okay, there are a lot of other players that were also participating. You will know what are your usernames. Okay, I want to analyze some of your games. Okay, I don't know how much time I will have, but tell me your username for me to analyze your game. Matt Rat. Let me see if I could find that one. Matt. Only if you play in our last tournament. Okay, remember that last week we didn't have a tournament. Last week was Carnival Monday, so we didn't have class. But before that, we had a tournament. Okay, so let's see. If you play in the tournament, then I should be able to see your name here. If you played in this tournament, that was the Monday before Carnival, let me know your username. CJ the Jagger. Okay, let's see. CJ. Let me see if I could find CJ. No, CJ, you were not playing that week. I'm not seeing CJ. I'm seeing AJ, but I'm not seeing CJ. Okay, guys, you have to give me a good username. A username that is here, that I could find. Marsha. Okay, Marsha. Let me see if I could find a game of Marsha. Hopefully Marsha will be here. Not in the top 10. Okay, I saw Matt Rat. Finally, I saw this one, so I'll go and check that one just now. Let me see if I could find Marsha. See Marsha yet. Marsha not here. Didn't find Marsha. Okay, but I found. Where was it? Sorry, just now. Matt the Rat, this one here. Okay, so let's see how Matt did. So Matt ended up winning 3 games and Matt lost 3 games. Okay, Matt won 3 games and Matt lost 3 games. So let's take a look at the game that Matt played against me. Matt lost a game against me. Let's see how that went. Okay, so let me just good, it should be better. Let's take a look at this. Turn off all of that. Okay, see how you flip the board. Okay, so Matt, you were playing here with the black pieces. I was playing with the white pieces, and let's see what happened in this game. I played e4, you played e5, I played knight f3, you played knight c6, and I played d4. So d4, this is called the Scotch. You play bishop check. Here it is better to just take this pawn. All right. But you play bishop check, and I block with the pawn. Now my pawn is attacking your bishop, and you have to be careful with that. That means pieces are getting in contact with each other immediately, and you have to pay attention to captures. You move bishop back, very good, and I took this pawn. This pawn looks like a free pawn, so I took it. You play pawn to f6, definitely not such a great move. Maybe here you should try to look for maybe queen here. Even a move like pawn to d6 might be interesting. But you play pawn to f6, challenging my pawn, so I took it, and you took with pawn. Taken with pawn here actually is not so good. It was maybe better to take with the knight. All right, taken with the knight, I think would have been better, but you took with the pawn. This will leave this diagonal and this diagonal very weak. I played bishop to c4, controlling this diagonal. You play knight to b4. This is not such a great move. Notice when you put your knight to b4, you are putting your knight right in front of this pawn for me to capture it. So I just took it because it looked like a free knight. So what to do when we are playing a chess game? Remember to follow the ideas, control the center, develop your pieces. Meaning you, at this point of time, after I brought out another piece, I have two pieces out. You have two pieces out. You're supposed to try to bring out a piece. And a good move could have been maybe queen here, to maybe play pawn here, bring the bishop and castle on the other side of the board. This would have been good. But you play here knight b4, and therefore I got a free knight. You took with a check, you are checking my king, and I block the check with my knight. No longer you are checking my king. You play bishop back to d6, and I play queen to d5. When I play queen to d5, my idea is, since my bishop is helping my queen, is to play queen f7, checkmate in one move. You play bishop to b4, and you didn't realize that the checkmate was coming. However, here, defending this checkmate is very difficult. You will have to play first knight here to cover that square. I will capture the knight, and then you will have to play rook here to still try to cover that square. However, maybe you could play also queen here to stop the checkmate. This is another move that you could play to stop the checkmate. This would have been actually much better. But in this position, you played bishop to b4, and I played queen to f7, and that was checkmate, and you end up losing by checkmate. Notice the problem here. You didn't bring out your knight, you didn't bring out this bishop, you didn't castle. So you have to pay attention. Control the center, then bring out your knights, bring out your bishops, and castle. In that way, your king will be very safe. Who is next? Okay, so Emika 2015. Let's see if I could find a game of Emika 2015. Emika 2015. Did you play in this tournament? Emika. Okay. So Emika, you won 2 games, all right? You lost some of them. You won 2 games. So let me see who you lost to. One person, Elias Herrera. No, let's take a look at one of your losses, and I will try to show you that. Oh, look at this. 4-move checkmate, Emika. Oh no, this one you won. You won this one? No, Emika lost. You lost with the white pieces. So you started with knight c3. No, Emika. You're supposed to start with e4. This is supposed to be your start. Start with e4, then bring out your knight, then bring out your bishop, and then castle. Okay? You have to try. Remember, guys, we are in training. I give you advice on how to play good chess, and you're supposed to follow the advice and play good chess. You have a lot of pieces. If you just start moving pieces, then you may end up in trouble. So you brought out a knight. Good. Your opponent control the center. At this point of time, you should play e4 and control the center. Instead, you play h3, not controlling the center. Your opponent play bishop b4. You play rook b1. No, not the rook. The knights have to come out. The bishops have to come out. And the center have to be controlled, not the rooks. Notice when I was teaching you, the rook is not part of anything at the moment. The rook will be working later on in the game. Bishop c5 plays your opponent. You play rook to the back, to the side. So you play rook here, then you play rook there. That means that is showing the lack of a plan. Your opponent plays queen h4, and you move your rook again, and you got here checkmated. Why? because you didn't control the center, you didn't bring out your pieces, you didn't castle. Let's say you had played one of the moves that I advise, only one of them. So if after rook here, you have played one of the moves, after bishop here, one of the moves that I advise, knight here. Notice if you have played knight f3, your opponent couldn't have checkmated you, because if he plays queen h4, then you could just take the queen for free. The knight is the best defender, all right? So there will have been no mate on f2. So you have to be very careful, all right, so that you do not allow things like this to happen. You have to remember, bring out your knight, control the center, and castle. Okay, back. Anyone else? Let me just check here. Let me just check the tournament. How many people in the tournament? 38 people in the tournament. 38 people in the tournament. Let's take a look at another game. Let's take a look at another game. Anyone? Liu Kang Smith. Let's look at Liu Kang Smith. Liu Kang Smith. Liu Kang Smith to analyze one of your games. Liu Kang Smith. Liu Kang Smith. You won one game. You lost some games and you won one of them. Let's take a look at one of the games that you lost. And I will look at the game you play against Surya. Now, this game against Surya will give us an idea of how you were playing. So you are playing with the black pieces. Remember your plan, guys. Control the center, bring out your knights and bishops, and castle. Make sure you do that. If you do that, I promise you that you will have a better game. Also, pay attention to what your opponent is doing. Your opponent moves a piece. Look at the piece that your opponent moved and try to find out, what is he doing? What is he attacking? Why did he go there? You have to try to find out that. So let's see. e4, e5, very good, Liu Kang. Knight c3, queen h4, no. Queen out very early is not good. It's not good because here now you want to try to win quickly. You want to win with maybe a 4-move checkmate. Oh, I bring my queen, I bring my bishop, and I win by checkmate. But it just doesn't work like that easily. If it was like that, everyone will just play 4-move checkmate and win. But your opponent now plays knight f3. Very good move by white, sorry. White, which is Surya here, Surya brought out a knight, brought out the next knight, and this knight that she brought out is attacking your queen, and this knight is defending the pawn, so you cannot even take that pawn, all right? So this knight is attacking your queen, but in this position you play bishop c5, and you lose your queen. See? Lose the queen. So, do you know next thing is, pay attention to your opponent's move. Oh, your opponent moves a knight. Ask yourself, what is that knight doing? That knight is attacking my queen. I need to move my queen. All right. Now, remember also that you shouldn't bring your queen out too early, too quickly. Especially if your opponent is playing good chess. Control the center, bring out the knight. Here you should have brought out a knight, and after the next knight, you bring out another knight, and you're having a good game here. So here, if you lose a queen from the beginning, no matter how long the game goes afterwards, you are playing the game without a queen. So remember, what you can learn from this one? Do not bring your queen early in the game. Let's go to another one, okay? Remember, we might learn one lesson from one game, but that will help you not to lose in that way again. Cool Gamer 345. Let me see if I could find Cool Gamer 345. Cool Gamer 345. Okay, I'm analyzing games of people that I had not analyzed games from before. So this is actually something very good. Okay, Cool Gamer, you won 2 games in the tournament, so that's not bad. Let's take a look at the game that you lost against Improve. This one looked like you lost without making a move. Let's take a look at this one. Elias Herrera. So let's see. Cool Gamer. So e4, you played e5, very good. Bishop c4, you play knight e7, no. This knight has to go to f3. And this knight afterwards to c6. This is where your knights go. Do not put your knight on e7. Your knight, this one on f6, this one on c6. Just remember that. That will be a big lesson. Putting your pieces in good squares is the first step to playing good chess. So you play knight e7, your opponent play queen h5. And notice queen h5, your opponent is already threatening checkmate here. And you play d6. And your opponent here didn't capture the pawn. Because your opponent could have played queen takes pawn, check. Your opponent could have done that. Then you will have to move your king. And here you are not looking all that great. It looks like you are in a bit of trouble here. But your opponent didn't do this. So Elias, come on. If you have a pawn, if you play queen there, your queen is working with your bishop, attacking both of them to this point. You're supposed to capture that, not just leave it there. So you play queen all the way back. Elias play pawn to c6. Cool Gamer. So Cool Gamer, look what happens here. The knight's supposed to be there. This knight's supposed to be here. So what is going on is you put in your pieces in squares that they don't supposed to be at. This knight do not belong here. They belong to c6 and f6. Then you play this knight here. Then you play pawn to d5. Pawn takes, bishop takes. Not good by Elias. Cool Gamer, here you are a piece up. So you are supposed to be winning material here. But after winning material, you play the move bishop g4, giving away the bishop. Pay attention where you put your pieces. You cannot put your pieces where your opponent could just take them for free. Then you play knight here, putting your knight where your opponent could take it for free. Because here, Elias could have just taken this knight for free as well, but he just didn't. So notice, guys, you have to be paying a lot of attention when you are playing the game. If they are free material, you're supposed to take it. And your pieces, you shouldn't put them in squares for your opponent to take them for free. Now, it is almost tournament time. It is almost tournament time. So I will just stay here in the tournament. I will close the order stuff. And we're getting ready to start in 51 seconds, all right? So I will be playing the tournament, okay? I hope I have good luck today in the tournament. Good luck to all of you as well. The tournament will last 45 minutes. And the time control for the tournament is 5 minutes, okay? 5 minutes per player. So one game could last up to 10 minutes, okay? One game could last up to 10 minutes. And what else? So that means you might be able to play 4 games, okay? You might be able to play 4 games. It is possible that you play more than 4 games because your game could finish before 10 minutes, but you should be able to play around that amount of games only. So what I will do, I will be analyzing my games and let's see how that goes. Hopefully I will be able to win as much games as possible. For those who are not in the tournament yet, let me just put the link here. Put the link again for you to join the tournament. My first game is against Improve. Oh, I forgot to Berserk. I should have Berserk, meaning cutting my time in half. I didn't. Let's see how that goes. This might slow my performance down a little bit. But okay, let me just bring out my knight. Let's see how things go here. Yeah, Berserking was ideal, but I didn't. Bring on my 2 knights. I will attack this one here now. Bring on my bishop right here. And I will castle. Oh, did I miss something here? I do not know if I missed something. Oh, my opponent is playing some interesting moves here. Improve 6-6 is playing some interesting moves here. More interesting than I would have expected. Let's see how that goes. To that move, I will play this one. To that one, I'll play this one. See how things go here. Okay, So this is called the French defense. My opponent started with playing with e6, and I must admit my opponent is playing a very, very decent game. Very good game played here by Black. No complaints whatsoever about this game. So what I will do here, I will capture this. I have a little idea here. I'll take this thing, see what my opponent does, and then I will take this. Now I have a little fight between a bishop and a. Play this here. Bishop versus knight. Knight versus bishop. Let's see how that goes. Oh, good move by my opponent. Improve, improve, improve. Improve is playing some interesting moves. Very interesting chess here by Improve. Let's see how Improve continues during this game here. Remember, guys, to always pay attention to your game. Play fair chess, all right? Improve. I hope that you are playing not using anything. Your game is looking very, very interesting. So I'm just saying that to say that I hope that you're not using anything in your game. Okay, Improve, I hope so. Let me come here. Feels like I'm playing against an engine. Let's see. See how things go in this game. Very, very interesting game by Improve. Very good. Keep it up. Keep it up. Improve creating some attacks here. I will play rook here to attack the queen. Let's see how things go. So we have reached the point of the game where this is kind of like an end game. Call this an end game. Here I'm attacking the queen. I'm attacking a pawn. Creating a couple of little attacks here. Let's see how this develops afterwards. I hope you all are doing good in your games, guys. I hope you're having a good game going on here. Improve definitely. Definitely Improve is onto something here. Why do I feel a bit disappointed here by Improve? Improve, improve, improve. Why am I feeling a bit, just a bit? See how things are running in this position. Let me just go here with this move. Let's see what's going on here. Capture here. And let me play this move here. Attack this rook here. Let's see if I could occupy this open file. Attack this pawn here. Capture this one. Attack this one. Very interesting game here by Improve. Let's see how things are going here. We'll take this with a check. I'll come here, try to take this one. I do not know what will be up with this game. What will be the end result of this game? I have absolutely no idea. I'll come here now. Take this. Come here now. It is to come behind. Let me just go this way. I should have gone maybe up there. Okay, Let me attack this pawn here. My king. Position of the king in this kind of games is very important. I don't know if this is the best move ever in this position. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it isn't. I will check here. Come here now. But I don't have to worry a whole lot about this pawn yet. Now I have to worry about the pawn because it's threatening now to push the pawn. Put the rook here. This is the threat, so I have to come here to make sure he doesn't put the rook there to promote. Now I could play this move. This is my idea. I have to advance his pawn. I'll play here now. Very good game by Improve. I must say that Improve has played a very, 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 very good game here. Rook has to block, but I have this check. And this should end up in a victory. Good game, Improve. Good luck in the rest of your tournament. Very technical game there by Improve. Had to work a little bit, take my time. Now it's time to berserk. Berserk means cutting my time in half, and when I cut my time in half, I have to play very quickly, very, very quickly, because I would not have much time during the game. My opponent here, castle, long castle here is quite interesting, I must say, but quite risky as well. Quite interesting, but quite risky at the same time. Now, there are threats in this position that someone could miss, like this one here. It's an interesting threat that could be missed by some opponents. My opponent definitely missed it here. Okay, so this allows me to take a couple of things here. All right, let me come here. I want to get organized with my other pieces. I want to attack the king. So let me just put this here. I have 2 minutes. My opponent has 4 minutes. Okay, this is a perfect time to play this move. So I could capture this. So let's see how that goes. Maybe I'll start pushing this. I should have maybe eliminated that bishop. Maybe. Although I like the position of my knight as well here, since the bishop is not really doing much in this position. Okay, let me just play the end game. Okay, let me just play the end game. This end game is supposed to be quite straightforward for black to win. So let's see if I could just win it. The endgame is the last stage of the game, and in this position, I'm just working towards that. So let's see how my opponent deals or handles this endgame. It's not an easy stage of the game to work with. I will take this, and now I will come here. Let's see how things go. Now, at this point, my opponent has to be very careful with what he plays. That's an interesting move. I'll start kicking away some of his pieces as well. I have to improve a little bit my position. Come here. Come here. Just have to improve my pieces. Well, this one I will capture here. Capture here with bishop, so I could take here. I want another piece, so that is kind of like good for me, I guess. I'll play bishop here. This is my idea, and I will push this pawn. I want to create a pass pawn here, okay, guys? So in chess, sometimes you have to work to create a pawn that could turn into a queen. So now I exchange here, and Now I will attack this knight. Yeah. So my plan is most likely, yeah, creating a little pass pawn here. Come here with my king. This position is supposed to be winning even without the okay, I will take this knight just to illustrate the win here in this position. This win could happen with this king and these pawns without any problem. I just have to pay attention to those pawns. I'm not even going to bother to go and capture them. I just have to hold them. And most likely that should be it. I'll capture this one since he gave me that pawn. I'll capture this one too. Notice it's not any stalemate, and this is important. Now my plan is most likely to get one of my pawns to turn into a queen. It will be this one here. So that will be a queen, and yeah, that should be a victory after that. Notice, guys, that I am in 4th place. Some people are having more games. I have only played 2 games. Pedro has already played 4 games. The end results have played 3 games. CJ, the Jager have played more games. A lot of people are playing more games than me. I am having kind of like a slow start here. So hopefully I will be able to get in with the better results. Yes. Now let's see who the chess is going to put me to play with. Maybe the end results. Yeah, the end results look like the person that I will be playing against next. Yeah, the end results as expected. And here I cannot berserk because he is rated 1893. Most likely he will be playing a good game. So I don't want to just be berserking for the sake of berserking. My opponent is playing something like a Philidor here. So quite interesting position. Let's see how things work out here. Now what I will do, I'll just play kind of like a classical line here. Very classical, very safe here. This reminds me of a position from the Sicilian defense, which is the name of a defense in chess. This move could be played here. This move could be played here. And yes, I like the white position here. I find white is very solid with these 2 bishops in these diagonals. However, this kind of game is far from being easy to play. Finding the correct plan, even from here, is not very easy. But let's see how that goes. Yeah, that is one of the ideas, to put pressure on this pawn, and my opponent managed to unleash that idea without any problems. I may have missed that plan there, but I will go forward with this pawn. Let's give away this pawn, see what happens here. I'll play this move here. I don't know if this move works. I don't know, but I will just play it and see how it goes. What can my opponent play here? That move here. I was expecting something like that. So I will play this move here. Just to make sure I get some mobility. And then I will go with, what move can I play here that will be interesting? I have to be very careful what I play. I'll come here now. What should I come here? Here will be looking interesting. Keep my pieces active. Okay, here I have a little threat here. My opponent saw it. My opponent is playing some good chess here, I must admit. He's seeing a lot of things. Yep. Keep the pressure here. Although this pressure, keeping the pressure here, I don't know how is that working for me exactly. Good move by my opponent. I'll come here. Let's exchange. No problem. Let's exchange. No problem. Let's see if my opponent wants to exchange queens here. Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't. See how that goes. Very good game going on here. Okay, now we're in an end game. In an end game where okay, I will eliminate this. This should give me something. play for? I'm playing for that to create. Oh, look at this. That was a free knight. My opponent gave me a free knight. Oh, he was playing such a good game, and then he gave me a free knight. All right, so now I'm in third place. I stopped the end results, which was doing very good. Actually, the end results is still in first place, although I beat him. But let's see. I have to. There are two people with more points than me. Pedro is one of them. So even though I beat one of them, I still have to face them again. So I'm facing here. I'm playing against Pedro here. So let's see how that goes. Okay. Pedro playing his type of chess here. This is the game he likes to play, you know. Very weird kind of looking chess. So let's go for it. If that's the kind of chess he wants to play, we'll play him that kind of chess. No problem. No problem, my friend. Okay, should I put some pressure on this knight? Let's put some pressure on that knight there. He keeps having without any problems. More pressure on that knight. Let's see how that goes. I want to win a pawn. I think I could win a pawn with this move. I think I could win a pawn with this move. Let's go and win a pawn then. Okay, I will castle here. Important move. If he wants to double my pawns, that's not a problem. Now this has turned into a more technical game, and I don't really mind that too much. This move by my opponent is quite interesting. But I could play this move here. If he takes, I take. I could play this move. I don't need to go into the lines that he wants to play. I'm going to this line instead. And let's see how things work out in this way. Very interesting moves here. But my opponent, should I attack this? Yeah, attack that. Attack the bishop. He's attacking my knight. Attack the bishop again. Oh, look at that. That's a bishop. Okay, so these people are giving me free material. Why the free material, my friends? More free material. More free material. Oh, I'm enjoying this. I mean, if I'm going to be given free material through the whole game, I do not mind. Let me attack this knight. And now it's time, since I already gathered some material, I will just start bringing all my pieces. Let me attack the rook, attack this pawn, take this pawn, and yeah, open the diagonal for my bishop. Right, so this is going to be quite interesting. Knight here, what's a very good move. I missed it completely, creating kind of like a double attack. Should have played that move. My opponent saw it now, but okay, I double my rooks. I have a big advantage here, so I'm really a bit unbothered on what is actually going on here. I will start putting pressure against the pawn structure of my opponent. Okay, I get this move now, so I will play it. And yeah, that is a victory. Back to tournament, and I have climbed to first place. After 4 games, I got 13 points. Now, 24 more minutes to go, and I guess I will still have some interesting games to play. In some of them, I will cut my time in half to berserk, but in some other games, I will just keep it slow, keep it cool, and in that way, you could also learn from it. Someone say I'm getting chess 960 game mode. Well, what you have to do is join the tournament. Remember, I share the link for the tournament, and the idea is for you to join the tournament and play in the tournament. If you get in chess 960, that means you click on chess 960. That's very strange because there are many different game modes, and you have to pay attention there in which one of them you should be going to, and see how this goes in this game. After this game, I may be able to help you. Dakan, I think, is the name. All right, so let's see how things go here. My opponent here, what my opponent will play in this position. He has knight here as a move. He didn't play it. I will castle. Okay, I'll take this. Okay, so my opponent is playing some interesting moves here. Let's see how this goes. Put this bishop here. This position have a lot of little things happening. You know, always there are some things happening in this position that people could easily miss. There are some things happening in this position all the time that could easily be missed, and then you could end up in a position where you have to be thinking about what to do, like just happened to my opponent. Now I'll push this, and I'm trying to give him the isolated pawn instead of taking it for myself, trying to get a pass pawn on the c file. Most likely I will play with my rook here, and I will try to turn this pawn into a queen, put some pressure in the position, and let's see how my opponent deals with this. This position is not easy to play at all, so let's see how my opponent will handle it. So to join, you have to click on the link for the tournament. Let's see if I could find that link on my phone and send it to you. I will try to do that. Send the link for the tournament sending it from my phone. Okay, link copied. Let's go here. All right, so this is the link for the tournament. You just have to click on the link and play from there. Okay, so now notice what I was talking about before. As I said before, I will just try to put pressure on this position, and I don't know how much pressure I could put on it, but I will see. It's not going to be an easy position to play neither. It's kind of one of those, you know, tough kind of positions to deal with, but I will see how that goes. Maybe rook here could be a move. Rook there could be an interesting move. Yeah, rook there could be definitely a move. So I will try it. I will try that move just now. Let's see how that goes. Okay, so my opponent has played rook here, which is also an interesting move. But does that move work? Can that move work? Or is that move not all that great? Take, cannot take, pawn takes. I play rook here. This was my idea. Oh, my opponent could take this pawn. This was his move, I think. This was his plan then. I missed that plan completely, guys. My bad. My bad. My bad. Now, if it takes with the knight, I take. It takes with rook. I take. It takes with rook. Do I have something here? I could pass the pawn, but this position has just become crazy, guys. I got distracted here, and now I'm kind of in trouble in this position. I have to be very careful on what I do here. Should I attack this rook? Should I push the pawn, push past the pawn? I think is one of my options. I don't think I have many good options here. Let me see how much I could get from this line. But this is definitely a problematic position. I should have just defended my pawn normally. That would have just been normal. Rook here defending the pawn should have been the normal move there. Didn't play it in that way. And now I have to play some different moves here. Well, let's see how it goes. I have to be very careful with what is going on in this game. Maybe I will get lucky and win on time. Maybe. Maybe. This move is interesting, but he has that move over there. Can I play this? My opponent here has a whole bunch of tricks under his sleeve. If I take this, he has rook takes over there. Can he play that? I don't know. Maybe he can. Maybe. Maybe he can, maybe he cannot. Do I have add yet tactics in this position? Okay, I have to take here with my queen. And each one of us has a pass pawn. Interesting position. My opponent has to be very careful, very, very careful with his back rank. And have no idea who will end up winning this. Okay, so yeah, that's not a bad move by my opponent. A move that actually he should be playing. But I will push this one. Maybe pawn push to g4 was better, but no, this is more standard. And it's a position that a lot of pressure will be applied here. So let's see how that goes. I should have played maybe a bit differently. Okay, guys, my opponent is taking a lot of time to place his moves, so most likely it looks like my opponent will end up in time trouble and maybe losing the game, maybe. But you never know. We never know what could possibly happen. My pawn is 2 squares from queening. His pawn still has a long road to go, and it cannot really go here immediately because I will take it. That move by my opponent, I don't like it all that much, so I will play here actually. And my idea with this move is to play rook here. This is the idea of this move. If I play rook here, what will he play? He play queen takes. He could play queen takes. Queen takes will be a serious problem. If I play queen takes, I'll play check with my queen, then check here. Okay, should I go for rook to e? It's a serious question. Should I play rook e or should I push this pawn? Maybe I'll push this pawn first to see what happens. Maybe rook e immediately was better. But let me just push this pawn, see if I can get my pawn to h6. If I get the pawn to h6, that's it. Game will be over totally. My opponent perhaps should have played h5 to, to hold first. That move, I don't know about that one because I think I could play this check here. This is where my opponent is, I think, is going wrong. I think this is where he is actually going wrong. I have this check here. This put things a little bit on my favor. I mean, the position is opening up. Everything is defended. This will be my next move. And this move of mine here, as my next move, will be... This is a free queen. Look at that. Free queen. No, my friend. Free queen. Free queen. Okay, back to tournament. Where am I? I'm in second place, guys. Come on. These people are playing quickly. Look at this. This fellow has played so much game. I've played only 5 games. Pedro has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games played. Wow. And I only play 5. And although I won against Pedro, Pedro is just playing very quickly. So guys, I will berserk all of my other games. Hopefully that will be enough. I may get to play 2 games only. So if I could berserk my next 2 games and win them, then that should be fine. If I don't win my games or I don't berserk them, that will be absolute trouble for me. So let's see how this goes. Castle, this game might end up in crazy stuff. Let's see how that goes. Let's see immediately how this game is going to be going. Okay, if I attack him with this move, should I play aggressively? Yeah, I will try some aggressive moves here in order to maybe try to confuse my opponent a little bit. This move, this move, this move. Let's see how my opponent is going to handle this position. Interesting move. My opponent is playing some interesting moves here. He takes, I'll capture here with this pawn. I guess now he will... Yep, he castles. here. This is my idea. That's my plan at least. Okay then. All right, what to play here? I have to take that, I think. Don't I? Take this. I think I do. I don't know. Maybe I don't, but I think I do. Should I take this attack and follow with this? Should I play pawn push here? I'll take. I'll play pawn push. I have to play quickly. I only have 1 minute, and I'm taking so long and enjoying the game too much, guys. This is the problem with these games. I find I am enjoying them too much, and that turns to be a problem. My opponent here has more time than me. I berserk, so I have only 1 minute and 44 seconds to finish the whole game. So hopefully I will get to do so. Hopefully. See if I could just double my rooks here. Maybe I can, maybe I don't get to do so. At least that's the plan. This should be my move. My next move should be pawn push. And this pawn here might prove to be weak at some point of time. So let's see how Levi is going to handle what is coming. But he's playing so far a good game, so I don't see why he wouldn't continue to play a good game. It looks like he's doing good right now. So let's see. Oh, that move I don't like it too much because of this one. And let's see, where will that queen go? Well, that bishop could end up... Okay, that queen going there, I don't like it too much because I get this move in. This move in is actually a good move to get in, literally. So let's see how that goes. Putting some pressure in the position. I'll take this. Putting a lot of pressure on this file. Levi has made a couple of bad moves. A lot of pressure on that open file. I don't think my opponent could hold this position any longer. At least that is what I think. I think this position will most likely end up badly for my opponent. Have this, and then what? Okay, yeah, I saw that one. Yeah, but then this, I have the other one. So I have this. Yep. This is problematic for my opponent. Very problematic. Pawn cannot take because it's pinned by the bishop. We had looked at some examples like that before. And he could take my bishop, but then I will take here with check. He will have to go where? He will have to move. If you move here, check, I will pick up this rook. Wait, what? Okay, then. This is a queen here. I will just go for this because with this move, I will win the queen. I think that should be winning for me. Yep. Let's see, what will my opponent play here? Yeah, not the best move ever. That will end up in mate. Okay, back to tournament. I'm in 22 points. My opponent, my friend Pedro is a point above me. I don't know, unless the system puts me to play with him. I think he's playing a game against Improve. Both of them berserk. Is Improve going to win? Improve is playing. Yeah, it looked like Improve is going to win this. Yeah, King there. Improve will win this. This is checkmate, unstoppable by Improve. So Improve will win this game. Yep. Okay. Okay, Improve won that game. So that means if I win this game here, I might end up coming first, unless Improve pass me in the game. If Improve pass me in the game, then yep, that will be plenty problem for me. But hopefully he didn't. I don't know. Let's see how this game will turn out to be. Oh, look at this. That's a queen. I got a queen here. I got a queen. Okay, that is a queen, my friend. I play another check. Oh, look at that. That's a rook. So I got to have a whole bunch of things here. What to play here? Castle. I need to bring this knight out. Okay, I'll play queen here. I'm attacking this knight. But not only that knight, I'm attacking all the stuff too. So I will not pretend that I'm just attacking that knight, because that's not the case exactly. I play this check here. My queen is checking this king. I'll capture this. I'll attack this bishop, threatening to take that bishop now. Putting some pressure on my opponent with this move. Take here with my queen. See when my opponent is going, trying to win here. Yep, back to tournament. All right, so I have 27 points. Improve has 25. Improve most likely will go up to 30 because most likely he's berserker and will win the game. So I have to play a game and I need to try to win, and I need to literally berserk, which is crazy. Berserk and play very quickly here. See if I could just win some time here. Have to win some time here. Literally play very quickly. This position is totally equal. I just have to play chess. There is absolutely no advantage for me in this position. None whatsoever. Just looking to create some imbalances in the game. Okay, here comes the first one. I'm attacking this pawn now. Really attacking it now. Okay, what to play here? Check. Let me see if I could get the bishop here from my opponent. Come here now. Finally, we get to. Oh, no, I didn't really have that per se. Take that. Okay, then come here. And well, knight here was better, I believe. Let's see how that goes. Knight here should be fine. Here, this should be fine. Rook there is not bad at all. But I get to win a tempi attacking the rook. I think I get to win a tempi attacking the rook. This is an important subtle move because it allows me to play this move, winning the bishop. Yeah, this will win a bishop. So yeah, once I win that bishop, most likely I should be getting an advantage after that. This move will be important as well. Creates an attack on the rook. Kind of like an indirect attack on the rook. And I want to come here to attack everything. Okay, I want to attack this knight. See where this knight is going. And then, I have to be very careful with his rook entering on the file. This move is important as well. Oh no, I blundered. Jesus. Can't believe this. Unbelievable. I blunder in this game. Wow. This is a lost game. This is a lost game. Totally lost game. Totally lost game now. I blunder, guys. I blunder in this game. Very, very bad. I resign. Oh, back to tournament. I blundered in my game against the end results. And now I end up in second place. Improve passed me, although I was the only one who beat Improve, but Improve ended up passing me. I blundered against the end results. I gave away a free piece. That was a bad one. But don't worry, guys. That happened to me for playing too fast. Cut my time in half, played too fast, so end up losing one game. think that's the first time I actually lose a game in a tournament like this one. Interesting. Should pay attention to those little blunders. Okay, so I think I'll put myself in pause because I don't think anything else could happen now. Only 3 more minutes before the game is over. No, don't worry, don't worry. That is fine. And um, game that I blundered at. Where's it? Yeah. So this was the game here. At this point, notice guys that I am a piece up here. Notice I'm a whole bishop up here. But then at this point, I attack the knight. He moved the knight, and the knight was attacking my bishop. All I had to do literally was just move my bishop maybe somewhere like this. Here would have been a good place to move my bishop to. And of course, I was thinking that my opponent will have something like this, but nothing else comes from this. I mean, he could try to double attacking this pawn, and yes, that might be interesting, but I don't see that as such a big deal. Maybe even knight bishop here could be interesting, but instead I play rook here. And rook here was a problem because the knight gets to take the bishop with a check and then win the rook. So I blunder literally in one move. I blunder 2 pieces. Okay, so I believe I will end up in second place. Maybe, I don't know if Pedro might end up winning, or if Improve most likely end up in first place. He went all the way to 35. He has won 2 games in a row already. And Pedro, I think Pedro is still in a game. So I don't think this game will finish in 1 minute. Pedro is still in a game here with Chester King. Let's see how that goes. But yes, that was a very crazy blunder in my game, but it happens. It happens, especially because of cutting my time in half. It forces me to play faster and calculate faster than normal, and that could create blunders when you have to think of all those moves fast. But it is all right. That was a cool game actually. By the end results, I won 1, he won 1, so this is quite interesting. All right, guys, so 30 seconds before the tournament is over. So we have Improve in first place. So far, I am in second place. Pedro Gonzalez in third place. CJ the Jagger in fourth place. The end result in fifth place. So we have a good group of people scoring points here. And we have 58 people in the tournament. So this is actually very nice to see 58 people playing in this tournament. So that is very, very good. Congratulations to all of those who participated in the tournament. Thank you for joining. And those who are in the YouTube live, also thank you for being part of this class, guys. It has been nice having you here. Take care, and I will be seeing you next Monday. Maybe I might do another tournament or another live, maybe on Friday. Maybe I say maybe, but you never know. And let's see how that goes. All right, guys, bye for now. Take care. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Just take a little click, subscribe, a little tap on the phone, subscribe. All right, guys, take care. Bye-bye.